In this video, we're going to show you how to edit a website page. So the first place you need to go to when you log into the WP admin section of your website is to go to the menu, click All Pages. So we're going to edit a current page. We will go to the front page, which is the designated homepage for your website. This indicator will always be there for the main page of your website. You have two main ways to edit a website with most of the website builders. You will have an edit section and you will also have a designer section where you can update it. The edit button here is the first one we'll go into, and then we'll have a look at the second option in a second. So we are going to go into a sample page for this example because we want to change the website URL. We will first go to sample page and click edit. And I'll show you what it looks like to the customers visiting your website. So this is what the sample page currently looks like for this template. Now what we'll see here is up the top, it has the page name. It says sample page. Okay, and we'll see that reflected on the top here of the tab. It says sample page - Glassful Media. We can change that, and we can change the website address from /page ID = 2 into a pretty URL. Currently it's an ugly URL. So we would say change permalinks. We will put it to post name. Now on this step, you only need to do this once. So most likely your website already has this set up, so you can actually ignore this step. So we'll put in post name. So it will say sample post is the name of the address, and I'll click save. This will now bring us back into the page that we want to edit. We'll go back to the page that we want to edit. I'm going to reload the page because we've just changed the website structure for every page on the website. Now we see our website URL has updated. It is changed to /sample-page. That's because the page is called sample page. Again, if we reload this page, it will change the URL. We can change that by going in and saying new page, or we'll call it service number 1. And straight after doing that, to update the website URL, I'm going to click this little edit button. I'm going to get rid of the old text and hit enter or click OK. Now we see the website URL has actually updated itself to service number 1. So it's taken on the name that I have just updated the website to. Also make sure to hit update. So that's the page name. In the middle here, we see a way to edit text. There is some code built into this, so I don't recommend you to edit this section unless you are a website designer. You understand coding. We will ignore how we actually update the design of the website for a second. I just want to have a look at different layout options. On the right hand side, when you create a new page, you can publish it straight away. You can schedule it to, you can make it private or have someone review it, or put it into draft mode so it's not public on for all of your users. You can also put it as locked by a password and give someone a password so they can view that page. Another option is to go in and to publish it in a future date. So if I want to publish this page in June, then I'm able to change the publish date to June, whatever date that I want, click OK, and it's going to publish it in the future. So that would be good for blogs. It's the exact same setup. You've got published on the right hand side. Page attributions. Page attributions is the general format of your website. Most likely you can ignore this. If you notice that the design on your website, you would like to have all of the information out wide or slightly in a different format, then you can check the template that is being used, and maybe you would put it to 100% wide, 100% width. But most likely, again, you can ignore page attributions. Featured image. For blogs, this is more important. For most pages, Google or Facebook. So featured image is what's going to show up on Google or Facebook with an image for your business. A lot of the time, the pages will, Google and Facebook or the other directories will capture a screenshot from your website in the first place and just either display your logo or possibly a section of your website. If you want, you can put in a specific featured image here by just clicking the button, upload file, and drag in your required new image that you want to put in. Then on the bottom, you again have more sections that you most likely can ignore. What you want to do if you're doing small edits to your website is to use Avada Builder in this case. So we will click the Avada Builder page. This will now bring up blocks of the website. So we'll see here it says builder and it says container. So we have a container, which just means a big rectangle across the whole website page. And I can demonstrate this by looking at the text. So we have, this is an example page. It's different from the blog post because it will stay in one place and will show up on your sites in your site navigation. Now, if we go onto the live page, we can see that being reflected the same way, and you'll see the text is all the way across the page. So this is a sample page. It's different from a blog post because it will stay. This is on the live page. What we're going to do here is we are going to put an image on half of the section of the page and put the text on the other half of the page to show you how to do a simple edit. So back into our website builder, we go down and we click element and the plus button. Or before we do that, what we actually want to do is we want to go to the one of one. So that means there is one section wide. What we actually want here is we want one of two. So it means the section of text that we are talking about now is only going to go halfway across the page. And we're going to create a second element on the other half of the page. So I'm going to leave that as one of two. So it'll be on the left-hand side of the page. I'm also going to click element and add in an image. So I can type what I'm looking for, and if the option is there, it will come up automatically. So I'm going to add an image onto the page, upload an image, and I'm going to select it from the media library. So I'm going to pick an image that's already live on the website, and I'm going to pick the one that I want. I'm going to click insert into page. Here we have the image. We can change some formatting options if we want to have a glow or a shadow on it, or if we want to, if someone hovers the cursor over the image, is it going to zoom in, zoom out, or tilt up? We'll put zoom in for this time just so you can have a look, and we will ignore the other parts for the second. You can center a line or put it so it pushes to the left-hand side, and this gets into more complicated items on just how you position the image for your website page again. So we have just selected a new image and we've selected it to hover type zoom in. They're the only two things that I've clicked for now. We'll click save and I'm going to duplicate this section here. So you'll see a duplicate. We have a clone section. We have the editor, you'll see marked by a little pen. And we have a global settings or save this column section, which allows us to duplicate this exact same section across many pages with less clicks. For now, I'm going to clone this section so we see the text and the image are on the left and right hand side. I'll click update so we can have a look at the new page. I have reloaded the page and now we see that we've got the same text on the left hand side as there is on the right hand side with the image below it. And when we hover our cursor over the image, it is going to zoom in. So let's go back into the editing page. I'm going to delete this section of text off one of the sides and delete the image off the other side. Now we have just the text on the left hand side and the image on the right hand side. We'll do one more edit here. So we're going to go in and we are going to pick container and we're going to add in 4 images below the section that we just set up. So what we'll do is we ignore the top container. We can minimize it if we want to get rid of the clutter in front of our eyes because it looks like there's a lot going on, but I'm ignoring this right hand column of menus and the left hand menu. All I'm looking at is this section here inside what it says is container. So I'm going to hide the one that we've just edited and now the 4 by image container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an element into this. So all that's here at the moment is 4 blank sections that will allow us to add. Now all that's here at the moment is 4 blank sections that we can edit. They will be the same size across the page, 1/4 of the page wide. So I'm going to click plus element and this time I want to add a chart. In this chart I'm going to call client feedback and click save. I'm now going to go back into the chart. You see when I hover over it, it gives me options just for the chart. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the pen icon to edit it. I'm going to go into the second option here. You see this has some formatting options first, which are chart options. Then you can go to chart data. In chart data, we can put in basic review, bronze review, gold review. Then we have the legend text color. When I click the hashtag and the Fs, that is the default for white. So if you've got a specific brand color, you can put in the code in here and it will pick the new color. Or if you want, you can pick a random color by moving your cursor around, picking the different color options. On the right hand side, you can make it darker, brighter, or lighter. And you can also make it slightly see-through. So if you've got a background image, you could see half of the background image and you would not see the color. We're going to leave the color. We're just going to pick this color purple option, leave that there. Basic review. The border color we're going to make black even. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the second one, and I'm going to leave the third one the same. Dataset 1, so 5, 7, 9, and I'm going to leave all of those the same. We'll click save. On the right hand side, always make sure to hit update page. That will then push the edits that we've just done live onto the page. So we have just edited the first quarter of the new container on this page. I'll reload the page that we're editing. So what customers will see is we have the text and the image that we edited. Then below that, we have client feedback. We've got basic review, bronze review, and then the data set. So we've got the value of 5, the value of 7, and the value of 9. I'm then going to add in some more information on the other 3 sections. So what we can also do is we can clone or duplicate this section. So I'm going to do that once to show off how quick it is to duplicate some information. Then I'm going to put in the third container, I'm going to put in an image. I'm going to upload an image and pick it from the website that is already there. And note, when you upload images, what you need to do is you need to compress the images. Ideally, all images that you upload are max 200 kbs. This affects website speed, so the larger an image is, the longer it's going to take your website page to load. So try aim for 200 kb at max. If you need a quick way to make an image smaller, go to the website tinypng.com and upload your image into this section. I'll pick an image that's here, and this program has now made my image smaller by 1% in this case, but a lot of the time it can shrink it by 50% on 100%, or 50 to 80% if it's a very large image. We'll go back to the editor section of the website. We're going to upload this image. We will insert it into the page and click save. And for the final one, we're going to put in a countdown. So in the countdown, we're just going to call it deadline. So the main thing that you need to edit on a countdown is to change the date. So we're going to click the plus button here, and we're going to click April 1st and at 4:25 and click save. I'm now going to hit update and go back to the customer view of the page again. Okay, so we're back onto the customer view side of the page. We'll go down here. We can see we have our client feedback section with our different graphs. We have it duplicated. That was just to show you how fast it is to clone an item. We then have an image, and on the right hand side we have a section with a countdown clock. We can change the text where we were just editing, but it is showing that there's 1 day, 58 minutes and 28 seconds left. So this can create some urgency for your customers who are on your website to do a certain action. Maybe you are giving away a prize, or you are releasing new content and you want them to understand when it's coming out and to get them to sign up to a newsletter. And that's been a few edits on how to change the format of your page, introduce different features, update the text, change some images, how to compress an image, and a few extra bits. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, just add a comment below. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, the like, subscribe and share button, or just do one of them if that's okay. Hit a little like, Always appreciated. Helps. Hopefully that's okay. I hope this video helped. I hope this video helped you understand how to make some edits to your website pages, to change the formatting, add some new content, image, different features like countdown clock, or some graphs to your page. If you've got any questions, make sure to add a comment below and check out our other videos where we break down editing a website into bite-sized chunks.